Jesus' missing years: what silence in Scripture tells us. If the most influential life ever lived is missing 18 years, then the silence is not accidental. History remembers kings by their wars, philosophers by their words, revolutionaries by their struggles. But Jesus of Nazareth, the central figure of Western civilization, is remembered by a gap. He appears as a child, then vanishes. And when he returns, he speaks with absolute certainty. 12 years old, then 30. No record of failure, no process of becoming, no visible transformation, just authority and silence, especially in sacred text, is never meaningless. The Gospels are not casual documents, they are deliberate narratives. They record genealogies, laws, miracles, minor disputes, ritual instructions. Yet they erase nearly 2 decades of a human life, a life that according to doctrine was fully human, and humans are shaped by time, by struggle, by exposure, by contradiction. Belief does not emerge fully formed, it is constructed, so the absence of construction demands attention. We are told 2 stories from Jesus' youth, his birth, surrounded by prophecy, angels, cosmic symbolism, and one moment at age 12. A child found in the temple, questioning scholars, astonishing teachers, a glimpse of potential. And then the text closes the scene quietly. Jesus increased in wisdom and stature, a sentence that explains nothing and hides everything. Because wisdom does not increase in isolation, it increases through experience, yet experience is removed from the record. Then suddenly, without warning, Jesus returns as a man, not searching, not doubting, not learning, but teaching, challenging, condemning, redefining God. He does not ask permission, he does not cite mentors, he speaks as if certainty itself moves through him. That kind of confidence is not spontaneous, it is forged, and forging leaves marks, but the marks are missing. The simplest explanation is that Jesus lived an ordinary life. He worked as a carpenter, supported his family, listened to elders, observed injustice, absorbed scripture, no secret travels, no hidden masters, just life. But ordinary life rarely produces extraordinary rupture. Jesus did not simply reinforce Jewish law, he reinterpreted it. He did not gently criticize power, he confronted it. He did not reform tradition, he challenged its foundation. Ordinary life alone rarely generates that level of disruption, exposure does. Ideas are not born in a vacuum, they evolve through contact, through disagreement, through synthesis, and Jesus' teachings are strikingly distinct from the dominant religious framework of his time. He emphasizes inner purity over ritual obedience, mercy over law, compassion over hierarchy, intent over appearance. These ideas were not central to first-century religious authority, yet they echo elsewhere. Long before Jesus, Eastern philosophies taught detachment from wealth, compassion for all beings, the illusion of ego, the danger of rigid law. Buddhism, Hindu thought, mystic traditions, ideas that traveled along trade routes through cultural exchange. Travel was difficult, but not impossible. The Roman world was connected more than we are taught. The question is not, did Jesus travel? The question is, why do his ideas feel foreign to his own tradition, yet familiar beyond it? This discomfort is not theological, it is institutional, because a Jesus influenced by others undermines exclusivity. A Jesus who learned undermines perfection. A Jesus who evolved undermines immutability. So silence becomes safer than explanation. And silence was enforced. Early Christianity produced many texts, many voices, many interpretations. Not all survived, some were excluded, some labeled heretical, some destroyed. Texts that described a Jesus who learns, who questions, who grows, a Jesus who becomes. But power does not preserve uncertainty, power preserves authority. The canon was not discovered, it was selected by councils, by votes, by politics. Not all gospels were included, not all stories were allowed. The Bible does not represent everything believed, it represents what survived. Control, and silence is one of its strongest tools.